But while announcing plans for that anti-harassment legislation, a French government spokesperson cited a very worrying statistic. According to a 2016 survey, more than 80% of women who use public transport in France experience verbal and physical harassment of some kind. Remember, we're talking about a first world country in France. But if San Van Roy is to be believed, sexual harassment and abuse in France is far from a street-based phenomenon. Van Roy is among several women who have accused French director Luc Besson of sexual abuse. 3 others have withheld their names. Van Roy has told police in Paris that Besson raped her on several occasions. She says she met him when she auditioned for a role in one of his movies in 2017 and that he began making unwanted sexual advances toward her. For Van Roy, the fear of sacrificing a fledgling acting career prevented her from making a clean break from the influential director. Besson has denied these claims. Now, for many, the parallels between Besson and American director Harvey Weinstein are apparent. Besson is an important member of France's vibrant movie industry. He is the first prominent member of that fraternity to face these charges. However, unlike the Me Too rally cry that Hollywood took up in light of allegations against Weinstein, France has said little about Besson. For many, the silence is cultural. France has often dismissed American views of sexuality as Puritan and celebrated its own as liberated. In fact, in January of this year, more than 100 French actors signed an open letter berating the Me Too movement for failing to distinguish between flirting and crossing a red line. So there are days and then there are days. Known for its feminist movements and for pioneers like Simone de Beauvoir, France, like many other countries, is battling stories of sexual harassment and assault in the 21st century. And for many women in France, sexual harassment is posing an existential crisis, something de Beauvoir herself wrote extensively on. So much so that women in France have come out in the open to expose their harasser. The hashtag #ExposeYourPig is the latest anti-sexism salvo in a country that has long struggled over where to draw the line between celebrating sexual freedom and tipping over into inappropriate behavior and unwanted advances. Reacting to the gravity of the situation, France's gender equality minister has proposed putting forward a bill in parliament that will fine people for engaging in street harassment, including aggressive catcalls. So how come things came to such a pass in France? Now, statistics reveal in 2016, out of 1,048 cases of sexual harassment, only 65 led to a conviction. And a 2014 French government poll found that 1 in 5 French women had experienced harassment at work. Of that group, 30% never shared their stories. 84,000 women in France are raped each year, and 220,000 will experience assault. Now, one will wonder that rapes and sexual assault, the way that they are attached to third world countries, are very much prevalent in the first world as well. For instance, India has been at the receiving end of bad press globally on account of sexual assault and rape cases. While the West has movements like #MeToo and stricter legislation, India so far is lagging behind in plugging the loopholes. However, the lower house of India's parliament has passed a bill seeking the death penalty for those convicted of raping women, or girls, below the age of 12. The bill seeks to replace an ordinance that was framed in April this year, following an uproar over the rape and murder of a minor girl in the state of Jammu and Kashmir and the rape of another minor in the state of Uttar Pradesh.